Uh-oh. There we go. Now we got her under control. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the same show we just were on. Hopefully we won't have problems this time. Let me put a message in the chat here. We are back. We are back. Yay. Okay, I'm going to share this out again to, hey, Operation Shutdown, you're here. Share this out to Facebook again. We're live again. If anyone's waiting, we are live again. We are live again. There we go. And I got a goofy look on my face for that one. All right, that's good. I love the goofy looks. Operation Shutdown. Hello, Donna, Leanne, Gwynn. Good to see you here. Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties with the other stream. I just had to kind of reboot everything. So there we go. Yeah, wait a little bit, Caillou, before you call back in, because I want to show some more memes, and then I can get them off my desktop and it won't be taking up as much memory. That's what I'm thinking. So let me try this, make sure everything's working. All right, so here's the one I tried to share before. Okay, so who had Biden giving out free crack pipes for February? Okay. That's just a classic one right there. That's going to go down as a classic. And he's back. That's right, Artist 61. Hey, Jacob Waters. You can't stop the truth. That's right. You can't stop it because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious. And the paranormal is the new normal. There you go. You know, you look at the things that this administration is doing, and it's just laughable. How anyone can think that any of this makes any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense, friends. It just doesn't make any sense. The things that Trump did made sense, okay? This stuff does not make any sense at all. And I can't believe people still will support this regime that was selected, not elected, in my opinion. I didn't see any boat rallies for Biden. I saw thousands of boat rallies for Trump. I saw hundreds of thousands of people at Trump rallies. I saw 7 people, maybe 11 people at Biden rallies. There's no way he won, okay? There's no way. And look at the policies he's pushing. It's just pathetic. And here's a great one. Get rid of that meme. It's Joe Biden disaster day. Again. Everything the guy does turns to crap. He's got that Midas touch, only nothing turns to gold. It all just turns to dog crap. He's got that special touch. Hello, Mud Rabbit, Dark Brain, Young Star Wizard now, and Artist 61. Welcome back. Here we are. It's Joe Biden disaster day again. Keeps happening. Every day. Every day. Here's a good one. There are so many good memes. I mean, look at this. Crack pipes. It's like cereal, like instead of Lucky Charms, this is what you got. Crack pipes. Silent meme-jority. I like that. Now with racial equity. Unbelievable. These people are complete idiots. How can we appeal to to the poor class. I know, give them free crack pipes. Wasn't that Hunter's idea? Yeah. What didn't Biden say that Joe Biden said that Hunter was the smartest guy he'd ever met? Yeah. Well, there you go. Unreal. Unreal. The guy's a joke. He is a joke. And here's another one. Great one. Great one. We're just firing through these memes, getting through these. The sheep are waking up. Hand out the crack pipes. Yep, there it goes. Dr. Evil and the evil plans. Very apropos. Very apropos. Perfect meme for what's happening now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Don't you think? Yeah. So there's that. Thank you, Mike Myers, for giving us good scenes for memes, meme scenes from your various movies, especially Austin Powers. Good stuff. Good stuff. Here's another one. I mean, they just keep coming. They just keep coming. Don't they? Let them eat crack. Not cake, crack. I mean, what a boneheaded idea this is. Can you even believe it? It just, man. If anyone is still following this idiot, boy, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. How can you defend anything he's done? I just don't. I don't see that there's any angle that you can defend anything that he's done. And none of it makes any sense whatsoever. It's just bizarre world. I mean, it is almost like it's devolutionary, and they're snickering in the background going, okay, what stupid thing should we whisper into his earpiece now in Obama's accent? So maybe that's what they're doing. The white hats are intercepting Obama's voice commands to Dipweed's earpiece. I'm sorry, not Dipweed, Brandon's earpiece. And so the white hats are intercepting that, and they're changing it. And they're making him do stupid things like giving away free crack pipes. Unbelievable. The crack pipe Hunter is a crack pipe czar. Yeah, that's what that would be an apt title for him, because you know what? He's smoked more Parmesan cheese than he cares to remember. There you go. The struggle of the common man right there, right? Unbelievable. These people, they truly are just so incredibly out of touch. Incredibly out of touch. So bizarre. It's just, man, if John Kennedy could see what they've done to his party, unbelievable. Did I show this one? I don't think I did. Did I? Did I show this one? The face you make when you hear your daddy is giving away free crack pipes. Although I think it was his idea. Look at that guy. Smartest guy Brandon knows. That's what he said. Smartest guy he knows. Really? Of course, he spends a lot of time in the Congress, so there's not a lot of bright people there, I don't think. Some bright people. But not this guy's dad. He's an idiot. Idiot. Sorry. AJ buying. Yeah. Going through the carpet with tweezers. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's yeah. And Donald Trump Jr. was grilled for 30 hours in hearings because of made up fake propaganda by Fusion GPS. It turns out now, if you watched Red Pill 78 and his last one of his last broadcasts, he talks about how Fusion GPS, there's these new court filings, all this information is made public. Um, it turns out Fusion GPS was not only behind the fake Russian dossier paid for by the DNC and Hillary Clinton, but also every fake narrative that the mainstream media propagated came from Fusion GPS. Every single hoax, every person in his orbit that was attacked, they were the people, and all the documents and how much money they spent on each. I mean, some of these fake narratives they spent a couple $100,000 on to make it so it would get into the media, so they could try to oust Trump with fake stuff. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, we shouldn't just make light of this, friends, because there's someone around town here in this little town that, man, I can't believe it, right around here and in the wintertime, on a bicycle, this big, very large man. And have you ever had like seen a plumber, very large plumber, and the way they wear their pants low? And this guy, he's riding his bike, okay? He's got the plumber thing going on, and he's driving all over town. He finally got a ticket for peddling crack all over town. Yeah, there you go. There's your peddling crack joke, but it's not the real stuff like Hunter is enamored with. You know, I've never tried crack. I never want to. I've no desire to. I just think it's a scary sounding thing. And I hope that anybody who does do it stops doing it, because it's a dangerous thing. We need all people thinking their best and doing their best. Plumber's crack. That's right, Mud Rabbit. Badoompa. Yeah, that's my only crack joke. Although now the Biden administration is a one big crack joke, isn't it? Cracking jokes all over the place. Yeah, it would be laughable if it wasn't so damn tragic, you know? So tragic. Look at the way Trump like inspired people. You're not going to inspire people with things like dark winter, free crack pipes. This is not the way you get ahead in politics, people. It's unbelievable. It's stupidness. I'm sorry. I'm just, thank goodness, thank goodness I don't watch mainstream media, because then I would be really, oh, here's something, friends. Well, before I do that, I just want to show this. I saw this today, and I thought it was great. So here's this guy, Jason Storm Nelson. Okay, so I'm assuming Storm for Congress. Okay, he's running for Congress. So I'm assuming he was in the armed forces. Okay, so 4 men I have served under. 3 have sent me into harm's way. 3 of them allowed my fellow warriors to die in conflicts they created. 3 of them have called for this sacrifice and failed to achieve peace. 1 of them has used strength to achieve peace and save lives. That one is in color, the bottom right corner, our president, Donald J. Trump. Yes, doing it right, showing everybody how it's done. Apparently, Biden wasn't paying attention. He wasn't learning from all the great things that Trump did for the people. He wasn't learning at all. He took the country in a completely different direction. From you can do whatever you achieve to it's a dark winter, you're going to die, here's a crack pipe. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. There you go. I thought that was a good one. Yes, indeed. It was a good one. We're ripping through these pretty darn good here, friends. Are we sick of these ones yet? Are we sick of these yet? A winter of severe illness and death. Happy winter of severe illness and death. Get your free limited edition official White House crack pipe today. If you don't hit this, you ain't, you know what? Wow. I think he's cracked. Maybe he's smoking crack too. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe that's where he gets all of his great ideas. You think? Anything's better than Biden. Yes, that's right, young star wizard. So, young star wizard, are you the same as young star God, or is that 2 different people? That's cool, young star. I like that. Young star. And then it's some other word. Interchangeable. That's a strong meme. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. I didn't make it, but yeah. Brandon is on some harder stuff than crack. Okay. Yeah. Geritol. He's on Geritol. Oh, that's a good one, Mad Paj. What's the Biden family favorite breakfast cereal? Vax, Crackle, and Pop. There you go. Crackle. That's a good one. You should make a meme out of that. You should make a meme out of that. Oh, you have 2 different YouTube accounts. Okay. So you are Young Star God and Young Star Wizard. Okay. And I suppose if we ever see a Young Star Wizard God, that might be you as well. At some point in the future, possibly. I'm just taking a wild guess. But I like that, Young Star. That's a cool thing. They're looking to take care of us, all right. Yeah, that's right, Dark Brain. Take care of us in this dark winter, right? Unreal. Yeah, I'll have to go in and put this episode 140.5. You're the meme artist, Truth Quiz with Darren Moriarty. Thank you. It's not much, but it's honest work. Like that farmer. It's not much, but it's honest work. Oh, you're a rapper and a music singer, and you're making the music video this summer, a music video. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I got another friend who's into music, a couple friends. One is Chuck Thunder, so check him out. He's got some pretty cool tunes that he does all by himself. He's a rock star. Yeah, and I've interviewed him here, so check my former interviews and you'll see him on there. won't you know? There you go. So there's the crack pipe man. Unbelievable. Now, I don't even like saying that because I don't want anyone to think that I'm promoting any of this kind of weirdness or strange, bad stuff. No, it's horrible. The fact that the president of the United States is thinking that oh, how can we help these marginalized communities? Oh, maybe give them food or job opportunities? No, free crack pipe. That's it. That's all you're getting. I saw another meme. It was, I wonder if I have it pulled up. I might have it, but it's the Pawn Stars, right? And someone asks, can I get my student loan forgiven? No, best I can do is a free crack pipe. Because didn't the Biden administration promise all of these young voters that he was going to help them? He'd be debt free and get rid of all that debt. No more. Nope. Free crack pipe. That's it. This is what the old time jerk, ineffective, bought and paid for puppet politicians do. They make promises they never intend to keep. Trump kept all of his promises except the one to lock up Hillary, although I think that one is still underway. Durham, let's all pray. Durham, deliver the evil, please. We need a win, a big win. We need to see Hillary locked up and all these other people locked up for the crimes, many, many, many crimes that they've committed and gotten away with so far. Would crack have gotten such a bad name if they named it Crackle? Probably. Yeah, well, if it's a bad thing, no matter what you name it, I mean, it's it's bad, right? Like all that bad stuff. All that bad stuff. Caffeine's the only one worth it, friends. And even that's kind of bad for you. Okay, Mud Rabbit, I'm not going to repeat that, but yeah, it sure is. Right in a circle like that. That's right. Yeah, Horowitz hid stuff. Yeah. Like the two phones that he turned in that had all that information on him. Oh, Horowitz. All of these people who are in any kind of position to bring the hammer down on these deep staters, you have to know that they're being contacted by these deep staters, threatening them and promising things to happen if they don't do X, Y, or Z. I hope they're catching all these people. I hope they're catching them all. I really do. I keep remembering what Trump said. We caught them all. Let's see what happens. We caught them all. Now let's see what happens. He said that so many times. We caught them all. Now let's see what happens. And the gears of the government, when you're doing it legally, grind excruciatingly slow. But yes, he hid evidence. That's right. Didn't give Baker's phones to Durham. That's right. Hid the evidence. Oh, the pressure. Yeah. Yeah. So, the Horowitz report, we're still, crime against children was handwritten. Now, Nunes knows all this stuff. Now, the thing that I remember, didn't Trump declassify everything and maybe put it in the hands of Barr, and maybe Barr gave it to the military, possibly. But when Truth Social comes up, sometime shortly after Truth Social comes up, I predict that they are going to publish that yet to be published information that was declassified by President Donald J. Trump. All the information that's going to put these people in prison 24/7, broadcast on Truth Social. That's what I'm hoping for. And maybe if we all hope for that, maybe work to make that happen, maybe it'll happen. Isn't obstruction of justice a felony? Yeah, I think so. I think so, Jay Buying. I think so, yeah. I do believe so. Yeah, it's a crime. Definitely a bad, bad crime. Here's one of my favorite people. And you gotta love this woman. She just rocks it. Candace, homeschooling was the way of the past, and now it's the way of the future. Organize. Do not let this government raise your children. Yes, do not let them do it. They have nefarious plans for your children. And don't fall into it. Don't let your kids grow up to be their cowboys. No. Homeschool. And there's all kinds of resources for homeschoolers now. All these learning pods are popping up everywhere, and they're homeschooling moms can join different groups and do, stuff together. So they're doing field trips all together with certain groups, and yeah, it's the wave of the future. It's the wave of the future. And another good source for your homeschooling, especially if you're in the enlightened community, is my friend Heidi Pop and her other friend, what's her name? Abby Lynn. They've got a fabulous show called Raising Starseeds. Check that out. Tyler Kiwala did their intro. It's a beautiful intro. Gives you chills. It's called Raising Starseeds, and they just had Alexis on there from Space Weather News, and so she's incredible. So they'll help you to raise your starseeds. There you go. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful future. We're all making friends. Yeah, teachers pushing the transgender agenda. It's just ridiculous. It's stupidity. It's Satanism. Satanists want to disrupt anything that's natural. They want to subvert anything that's natural. And there's nothing more subvertive than this gender dysphoria push to convince kids they have this and get this Frankenstein surgery that they'll never be happy with. And it's sad. It's really sad what they're doing. It shouldn't be happening. Homeschool them. Oh, I'm getting the 12. 12 is my lucky thumbs up number. So I got that one. There you go. When you hit the thumbs up, you get that lucky number. Yeah. I taught daycare, and there's no better job than teaching young children, but not teaching them the way that the overlords do it. Teach them the good old-fashioned way. And that's why I'm working hard behind the scenes here on my book, The Awesome Possum. And here is the latest page from the book. And on this page, now look, he's got Tetragon too. That's my game. He's got checkers too. He's got a ball in the mitt. Oh, and he's got super cubes. He's got super, oh, and a flipster. Look at that. And the Dino sounds. Look at that. He's got all these. Wow. Do you think I might be trying to maybe cross advertise? Whatever you want to say. Okay. So for this page, it says, this is with the words that go along with this page. He is very thankful for what he has. He doesn't want things with lots of pizzazz. See? Toys don't have to be all shiny bells and whistles. They can be basic crayons, a ball, a book, a game, a kite, fun stuff. Fun stuff. That's going to be a new song name? All right. Awesome Possum. You know, the book is really, really a good book. It's got a good message for kids. You know, the Awesome Possum is great at doing all kinds of tricks on skateboards and bike and surfing, but that's not what makes him so cool and so awesome. It's how he treats his friends. It's how nice he is that makes him so awesome. Product placement much? Yeah, that's right. I have to. You know, I'm a one-man show here. I gotta promote whenever I can, you know. So I try to do what I can do, you know. Now this page is not completely done yet. It's not completely done. It's close. It was close enough for me to show it on the show today. And I'm glad I got it done. There's only 2 more pages left. And when that's done, I got to go back over all of them and add some more shading and more textures and things. Make sure all the outlines are consistent. And yeah, all that fun technical stuff that's going to take a little while. Outlining things and making sure things pop. Brightening colors up here and there. And so there it is. He's very proud of what he has. He doesn't want things with lots of pizzazz. There you go. He's a very nice young boy. It's going to be a children's book, Young Star Wizard. I'll show you. Okay. Let me see. And this is all copywritten by me, Aaron Moriarty. So here's the Awesome Possum. Fear not. See, he's not afraid of nothing. No mask on this guy. And he's jumping over something. Oh, and his friend, the duck, he's green, so he's got a green screen. He's like an invisible guy. So this is the book. The cover needs a little bit of motion lines and stuff. And inside the book, this is for Young Star. He wants to see it. Okay, the green is foliage. It's like the woods. All right, let me tell you a story about a cool little possum. It starts out in the woods. We all say he is awesome. All right, I'll just read a couple of pages for you. There he is sleeping. Look at that guy. He lives in a tree way up over there. He hangs on that big branch. Please try not to stare. So and it goes on, and he does all these stunts. But again, that's not what makes him so cool and so awesome. It's how he treats his friends that makes him the Awesome Possum. I'm on the home stretch, yeah. Oh, you can't wait for my book? Oh, thank you, Artist61. Yeah, I have to figure out where I'm going to. I want to have it done in a place that does print on demand. So you can get the physical book or you can download the digital copy. So you can get it digitally or Oh, thank you, Dark Brain. Yeah. And also the other book I read on there is the Dino Sounds book. There you go. Yeah. So it'll be a long time coming. I wrote that book, Awesome Possum, back in 2002 or 2003. And I had it all illustrated, but I redid it because I redesigned the character to make him cooler looking. A little bit cuter, a lot cuter, actually. So he's gone through a couple different evolutions, but I like where he's at right now. I like it a lot. So that's how I'm going to publish it finally. You know, there was a reason I didn't publish it until now, and I didn't really realize that until I decided to redo the whole book. I could have just done it as is, it was done. But thank you very much, Operation Shutdown. Book is looking good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I really got to get it out there because my my oldest granddaughter is 3 now, so, and I have read the book to her. She loves the book with the old illustrations. So I'm sure she'll like with the new illustrations too. So there you go. That's that. Yeah, and look what popped up today, friends. Just look at what popped up today. A 3-year delta on my Facebook page, and it's a Q drop. Okay, this is from February 9th, 2019. Optics are important. Stealth bombers silent. Reread Mueller, reason. Designed to drops. Probe collusion coming. Probe collusion coming. Minus 30 in bold and brackets. Coincidence, collusion occurring as new AG installed. What is the purpose of Whitaker? Reread drops, reason. Scaramucci model, purpose. Who did Scaramucci remove? Who did he remove? Effective, optics important. What occurs post-installed blockade removal? D-class. Yes, blockade removal. What's the blockade now? I'd say it's the mainstream media. That's getting cleaned up. Look at CNN. The top guy's down. A bunch of their people are gone. It's falling apart. And it's going to be rebuilt maybe better to give real information. RR, complete removal. OIG released the findings. How are they preparing to combat? Narrative equals vital. House intel launch of more fake investigations in an attempt to retain false narrative and to claim political attacks if investigated, prosecuted themselves. AS, question mark. Southern District of New York, AG, attempts to retain blockade, attempts to prevent public release of the truth. 0 leaks. Reason, Huber, 0. Do not mistake public silence for inaction. This is not another 4-year election. No, this was to fix all future elections by highlighting what went wrong over and over again, ad nauseum, until the public is aware. There it is, Q. Love it, love it. Can't get enough of it, Oh, thank you, Donna, for hitting the like button. Thank you very much. Adam Schiff, that's AS. Yes, I think you're right, Mud Rabbit. I think you are exactly right. Isn't it interesting? 3-year delta. Wow. And it reminds me of what Q used to say a lot. You have more than you realize. You have more than you know. Reread the drops. Oh, yeah, because I see 19 likes here. You saw only one? Interesting. 19 likes, yeah. Yeah, they might be messing with the program here. Isn't that something, friends? A real Q drop from 2019 or 3 years ago. Remember when those things came in 3, 4, 5 a day? Wow, was that something? That was some kind of excitement. And here we thought that was all going to happen like lickety split. Now we're like, hey, it's a 3-year delta. Look at this. This is all lining up. Future proves past. All the things that Q said over and over. Future proves past. All that. Not another 4-year election. That's right. It isn't. Yeah. So there's that. There is that. There is that. Androids are the way to go, young star wizard. Is that a fact? Okay. I don't doubt you. I just don't doubt you. Okay. Well. Yeah, I guess I'll open that up again. Well, friends. Let me see. Anybody calling in? All right, Caillou Harris didn't call back in. If anyone else wants to call in, you may. Let me see if it's the same. I think it's the same information. I'll do it again, and this time I'll try to put the copy. I'll try to put the spaces in again. Hope it's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it. Oh, there it goes. Let's see if that worked. Military, what are you waiting for? Well, they might be. I don't think they're waiting for anything. I think there's grand juries going on right now. You know, Durham has 2,000 lawyers, been working for a couple of years on this. So I think it's all like, it's kind of like setting up the dominoes to get knocked down. You have to have them all in place before you start knocking them down, or otherwise you're not going to get all of them. You have to set up the dominoes so they're close enough to each other so they're going to hit each other and knock each other down. But you have to be careful enough not to knock them down beforehand, because then you might not get all of them. I think that's what I think it is. That's my guess anyway. It's a very strategic thing, and they're doing it the most propitious way they can to get as many of the bad guys as they can. And clearly there are so many that they're forcing some people out. And those are the people leaving their posts, leaving their, not going for re-election, stepping down from their chairmanship or from their CEO positions because they're guilty and they got the goods on them. And, I hope that they're still going to go after some of these people, but maybe just not in such a public way. Maybe that's the out. Hello, Ralph. Good to see you here. This is our second broadcast tonight. The first one, we had to reboot it because something went wrong. We had no picture. So we got that fixed. There we go. Let's see. What about this one? Oh yeah, here's a good one, friends. So in the last 24 hours, GoFundMe has managed to incur millions in chargeback fees, gotten at least 10 American states probing them for deception, lost millions of future donors, and still have to refund every dollar, all because they wanted to cancel truckers. Go woke, go broke. That's right. That's what happens. When you go woke, you go broke. Because the mainstream media does not speak for the masses. They never did. A bad tube. Hello, Special K. Good to see you here. I'm glad that you're here. I wonder how Zoso Dude's doing. All right, let's get this one off of here. All right, it's 11 o'clock, friends. So I think this is going to be our last little meme here. We showed it on the other first show. If you don't like the honks, you shouldn't have created Clown World. Because that's what we're living through, aren't we? Clown World for sure. Total Clown World. That's right. Well, friends, I want to thank you all for coming by. Let me check and see. Oh, we have someone in the waiting here, Caillou Harris. We almost signed off without our friend coming back. So here he comes. The show is going to be lengthened a little bit now, friends. Hey, Mr. Harris.
Hey, is everything all right now?
It seems to be. It seems to be.
If it happens again, then I'll know it's me. The deep state don't want me to talk too much information. They want me dead.
I think it was just I had too many things open on my desktop. I have to clean my desktop off.
So you sure it ain't the deep state after me? They don't want to silence me. They don't want me to tell the truth on here.
No. I think if they wanted to silence you, we probably wouldn't be hearing you, right?
Yeah, I won't be here right now, right?
Right.
Unless they're giving me a warning.
Well, there's too many of us, though. They can't get all of us. So.
But you know what? Even if they get us, they cannot silence the truth. They can't stop the truth. It's going to come out some way or another.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can't put that genie back in the bottle, can you?
No.
Yeah. Wow. Man.
And the sad thing about the deep state and how they do things, it's like they think they're untouchable, you know? There's something called karma, and no matter what anybody does, me, you, or anyone in the chat, anyone on this planet, you do bad, it comes back to you. Bad things will come back to you. Do good things will come back to you. For some reason, they think they're untouchable. They think that nothing bad can happen to them, all the things they do. I don't understand them. They don't have karma, they have to. They're not like wild animals who predators kill for food and things like that. prey on all the animals for food. They don't get punished because that's nature, you know. They have to do that to survive.
Hmm.
Or something like, you know, you don't punish a gun because it shot somebody. You punish the person who did it.
Hmm.
You know, a fire kills people, but the fire doesn't get punished for murdering people, you know? It kills
Right.
millions and millions of people, or billions and billions of people. But that how you gonna you know punish fire? Fire, that's what fire does. It's fire. You know, but people, you know, we do things, we get consequences. The universe is alive.
Yeah. The universe is alive, and boy, are the truckers up north, up in Canada, sure are warming our hearts all over the world, don't you think? I mean, wow, just love it. I love what's happening up there.
Yeah.
And there's no way for Justin Trudeau to win this. I mean, he can't strong hand his way out of this one, because these people literally are the people that make the country work by shipping all this stuff back and forth. I mean, without the truckers, you got nothing, right? I mean,
Nothing.
trains maybe, but trains don't go everywhere. You still need to take them off the train and put them on a truck. So, yeah, they're hurting for certain. So they're honking. They outlawed honking in Ottawa too, but it's not stopping them. So, but
It's not stopping. No, justice is going to keep going.
yeah, and it's quite something else what's been happening, and it's going to happen here too. I guess in March in DC and all over the country in different spots, the truckers are going to make a stand again here down here in America. Of course, inspired by the Canadian truckers. So that's a glorious thing. We love it. We love it. Truckers. Who would have thought it was that simple just to get the truckers to do it? Wow. Amazing. Well, we got to pray for all these truckers and their families who are up there. They brought their whole families with, friends. This is not an Antifa thing where they're going to burn stuff. It's not. No, this is peaceful. They just want to talk. They want to get rid of these mandates. The country is 90% jabbed. They're not going to get any more than that. So let's just be done with it. You know, look at Florida. They've never had a lockdown. They're doing fine. North Dakota, same thing. If it was really a real thing and if masks really worked, there'd be evidence of that by now, and there's no evidence. So it is what it is. And did you hear that people are coming down with AIDS from the vaccine and from the virus, apparently?
Yeah, a lot of people are catching different things, man.
Yeah,
You know that thing is causing a whole lot of health issues.
yeah. Just we need to like make our own food, because they can stick this stuff in food and everything. We need to grow our own food.
Yeah,
Whenever we can, you know, if you got like a lemon tree in your house, if you're in cold climes, you know, trade some of your lemons to someone who's growing beans or something, you know, some other kind of food. Hello, Gloria Paddock. Welcome to the program. Oh, we got such a nice chat, don't we? We got great chat people.
yeah, that's what I was saying the other day. They're lovely people.
I know. I know it.
All of them, every one of them, man. I would love to take them home with me.
You know what, Mr. Harris? I think I must have done something right in my life to get blessed with awesome chat people like this.
Yeah, because they treat you like family. You know, they don't even know me. They don't, you know, I've never seen them, but I feel like they're family when I'm on there. You know,
I
you
know.
need so you ask a question, somebody's gonna come through with the answer. They're right on it. You know,
Yeah.
they're searching, they're looking out for you. God bless them, man, for real. Those are true people. That's how all Americans should be. That's how everyone in the world should be.
Hmm.
But they don't want it like that. They want everyone divided.
Yeah, it's terrible. I
But this
see
is true.
Susan Daniel in the chat. welcome. And 1 foot and 5D, there she is. And boy, I saw her show the other day. Everyone needs to go watch 1 foot and 5D's show that she did, Alara Sirius did on the Law of One. So go check it out. Just the other night, it's a fabulous show. She does a really good job of deciphering something that's really hard to decipher. And so I was very, and I want to have her on this show to talk about that, because I think the Law of One is very, very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have her on. Law of One is interesting. I would like to hear what she has to say a lot about that.
Yeah. Hello from the TV. Hello, everybody out there in TV land. That's what I say at Walmart whenever I walk in. I look up at the camera. Hello, everybody out there in TV land. People look at me like, who's this strange guy? I'm just a guy trying to make you smile. So smile. Smile or I'll slap you. No, you don't want to do that. Smile or I'll tickle you. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not that either.
Yeah. Social distancing. There's nothing social about distancing either. It's a crock of bull. Yeah. So yeah, the Law of One. And now, have you read that into that at all, Mr. Harris? The Law of One.
I read a little, but not too much. I was so caught up in reading more about. I know it's connected to ascension, but I was reading more about ascension. But it's part of that. But I didn't catch up too much on that. But that's what I'm interested in looking into now. The Law of One.
Yeah, it's a really interesting, I guess, channeling. It was channeled, but they did it very under really strict protocols. And and every time Ra talks, he says, I am Ra. So you know who you're talking to. And apparently that Ra is the same Ra tier air, same social memory complex that Ra was that's now Ra tier air is talking to Corey Good. Same group. So that's interesting.
That group is what is that? The Blue Avians?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
They appeared as Blue Avians. They can appear however they want to appear. They choose that. So they chose to appear as Blue Avians to Corey, but they don't have to have any form. Apparently, they're that advanced, just like we are when we're out of our bodies, like an immortal spiritual being. But yeah, the Law of One, basically, in a nutshell, it's like we're all one. Everything is one. So you, Mr. Harris, are me. So I don't want to do anything to hurt you, because I'll just be hurting myself, because you are a different expression of myself and I'm a different expression of yourself. And we're all one. And it's interesting because when Corey Good first came on the scene, before he knew anything about the Law of One, he told this really weird cryptic story about when he was a kid, like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. And he said to his mom, he said, Mom, I was you. I was you. You were Grandpa and Grandpa was me. And she said, well, that's impossible. It's different times. And he said, time doesn't matter. It's all experience is the only thing that matters. So as a young kid, he understood the Law of One. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And
I guess that's connected to like how I was saying, like everything. That's why you should never do harm to anyone else, because you only be doing something to yourself. Whenever you do something to someone wrong, it comes back to you because we're all connected. That's
right. Every time I try to throw that boomerang at someone, it just comes back and, oh, darn it, hit me again. Yeah, that's what happens. It's the boomerang effect of karma. It can mess you up. So yeah, it's best to, it's basically, it's the golden rule, right? Treat others how you want to be treated. That's the golden rule, right? Treat
Yep.
others how you want to be treated. So basically, that's kind of like the law of one. Like, treat others how you want to be treated. You don't want to hurt someone else because you're hurting yourself. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like the golden rule expanded into a whole understanding. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Law of one. I think it was channeled in 1983. And yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, before in the 80s was, quite a decade, because before we had Trump as president, the only last president that we had that was on our side was Reagan.
Yeah. Well, I think Jimmy Carter also was a good president in that he did not start any wars. So it's only been Carter and Trump that have not started wars. Isn't that interesting?
I think that Reagan he was trying to do so much better, but they had him so confined, they was on him like glue,
Yeah.
Remember his vice president was acting more like the president. His vice president was definitely deep state.
Oh yeah.
And Reagan was trying his best to, get the truth out here about the extraterrestrial life on this planet and stuff. And and like every other president, like Trump, when Trump was president, they was trying to make him look bad. They had pandemics in the 80s. Remember they had unleashed AIDS, then they had unleashed crack, to make it look like it's all his fault. The same way they did the pandemic now, the same way they did the coronavirus when Trump was president, and all of the riots and stuff to make him look bad. They always do that to make the president that they know is their enemy look bad.
That's a good observation. That's a
and the sad thing, the worst part about it is that a lot of people fall for it. So many people blinded who don't, are not woke, have not opened their eyes, really believe that, oh my God, Trump is the worst president. And they're not seeing who's orchestrating this from behind the scenes. It's not him, it's them making him look bad because they want him out of office.
Right.
The coronavirus, that was planned for years and decades and years, generations. They just waiting for a president or some good sign for them to unleash it. This was the best time because it'll make it look like it was his fault. Plus, it'll give a reason to give people a vaccine that'll really kill them, depopulation. Plus, it'll mess up when it's time for election time, when Trump was, going against Biden. So make it seem like, oh man, there's too, oh no, you gotta do mail-in votes. It's too dangerous to go outside, it's a number of reasons they had it up, and they're just, they got another thing up their sleeve too, in case he wins again or someone like him. They'll never end,
Yeah.
So,
It's becoming clearer and clearer every day what they have been doing and what they are doing. And it's also becoming clearer now what we need to do. And that is to stand up, go to these meetings, these town hall meetings, these school board meetings, run for office yourself. I'm thinking about running for mayor for mayor of Sturgeon Bay. I haven't decided yet. Probably, I don't know, but I'm just thinking about it. It's a big responsibility. And it doesn't pay very much. So but it should pay something, because if it only pays you a little bit and then someone offers you a bribe, it's like, well, do I want to eat? Or, I guess you have to be wealthy to run for mayor around here. It doesn't pay very much. 10 grand for the year. It's 10 grand. That's below poverty. So there you go. If someone wants to run for for mayor up here, I'll help you. Because, yeah, so there it is. All right. Well, anything else you need to, that you want to tell our friends here? Is there anywhere we can find you? Do you have your own show yet?
Not yet. I was still, I was since last month. Well, not last month, December, when I was going through a lot. I was trying to work. I was working on trying to put up a channel, a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But, I got caught up in a lot of stuff, so I'm still going to work on it. I was supposed to have a friend, one of my only couple friends that I have. A friend of mine was going to go on the channel with me, and it's going to be between the both of us. But I'm trying to see if he changed his mind or not, or what he's going through, like some technical difficulties on his side and stuff, and financial problems. So we're going to try to see what's going to happen soon, but hopefully soon. And if I do, you and everyone else here on this channel will be the first to know.
Awesome.
Because if I did have a channel, I want to be able to speak about everything, but I know, especially on YouTube, you can't say what you really want to say too much. You'd be silenced,
Right.
A lot of another outlet, you can go to is ban.video, I got a lot of stuff where they ban you from other podcasts and other channels and stuff. And YouTube channels, you go on ban.video, you can post some of your stuff there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, someone just said, let me see, who is it? Young Star Wizard says, Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarty on DM. On DM. Okay, on Friday's show, I'll call in and talk about my dreams. All right, Young Star Wizard, we're looking forward to that. On direct message, I'm not sure where the direct message is. Not sure how to get that. Anyway, hey, 17 watching now. That's my favorite number. I love that number. It's a great number.
So you're gonna have he's gonna call up on Friday. Good, I'll listen to that.
Yeah. And okay, great. Also, I'm working on getting some more guests on. So look forward to that. Some exciting guests to come on. So,
I'm sorry, I want to ask you a question. You had said on one time before that the guy, the author of the book, in the alien interview, you had him on here, right? One time
I had him on my other show on Blog Talk Radio back in the mid 2000s.
Okay.
2007 or 8 or something like that. I had a show on Blog Talk Radio called Aaron's UFO Show, and he came on there, and but all of those shows have gone away. Apparently, if you don't keep paying them a monthly amount, your shows go away. So I had not done a show in many years, and they all just went away, which is really sad. I had some really good interviews on there. I had Paula Harris. She's a American and Italian ufologist. She's written a lot of books. She's very nice. I had alien interview author Lawrence Spencer on. Great interview. I had lots of people on. I had Stan Romanek on numerous times with he and his wife. If you've ever seen the movie Extraordinary, check that out. It's the movie about Stan Romanek, and he went out to get his mail one day, and someone clubbed him over the head with a metal bar or something, gave him brain damage, and he was also framed and accused of something he didn't do, and they shut him up. He's not supposed to talk on the internet anymore, so they shut him up. So yeah. So Stan Romanek is a real case. Now, what happened in Stan Romanek's case was they were threatening his family. They said, we're going to kill your family if you don't discredit yourself soon. You need to discredit yourself on camera, or we're going to kill your family. And so he thought that was a credible threat. And he, during an interview, he flipped a pen up and said it was something else. Obviously, it was just him flipping a pen up. He did that because he thought he'd be saving his family's life, but they didn't let up on him. That's when they hit him over the head. So he apologized for faking that. It does not negate all of his previous testimony. Here's a guy who he'd be sitting in bed and he'd wake up, he'd sit up, he'd grab a paper and a pen, he'd start scribbling with his eyes closed. He scribbled page after page, and his wife has this on film. She filmed him doing this, and then he just fall asleep. And in the morning, she said, "What did you write? What you wrote this? What is this?" I don't know. It's just scribbling. They checked it out. It was complex mathematical formulas from like the 50s, talking about propulsion systems, like alternate energy systems and things. And he's got like an 8th grade math level. He didn't even know what some of these symbols he was writing were. So that case is like incredible. It's incredible.
Wow.
And he at one point he was given some medication, some pain pills. He had torn his knee up, terrible. And he had these medications in those, orange little bottles on his counter.
Yeah.
He went to go take one, and the bottles were melted on the countertop.
Wow.
Couldn't take them. He wasn't supposed to take them. Yeah,
Wow.
so many things. And he would turn off lights. He'd like walk under a street lamp. The street lamp would turn off, and lights would blow up. They'd pop when he got near them. And then he went to the doctor and he said, "Hey, they got this thing that feels like a sliver on my hip." And the doctor looked at it and he said, "Yeah, I'm not going to touch it." He goes, "No, take it out. Take it out." He took it out. It was like a crystal, like a glass. And after he took that out, he did not activate lights anymore. He didn't blow up lights anymore. And he took that little shard, it looked like a shard of glass or crystal or something, and he put it in, he hid it somewhere because his house was constantly being broken into, and they were taking his stuff, all of his files, the men in black or the government people. And so he put it in like a radio clock next to the bed in the battery compartment. There was no batteries in it.
Yeah.
And at night, he heard this loud sound and the thing cracked inside it. It blew up. Something happened. So yeah, really interesting stuff, that whole case. So look up that movie, Extraordinary. The Stan Romanek story. Yeah, they got photographs, movies of aliens, everything. It's an incredible thing, but they shut him up. And that's terrible. I got to figure out some way to get him back out and get him back on the internet, because it's pretty. Okay. All right.
So I was wondering, when he threw the pen up, you said that was to decide whether his family was going to perish or not, die or not?
He was told that if he didn't discredit himself on camera, in public, or in next event he did, that they were going to kill his family. And they wouldn't stop harassing him. But if he did that, all the harassing would stop. But it didn't stop. It kind of speeded up after that.
Oh, they told him that he has to throw a pen up?
No, they just said you need to discredit yourself somehow.
Oh.
So that's what he decided to do, which he apologized for later. But he thought he was saving his family's life by doing that. I mean, when you have these, very powerful secret government entities threatening your family, what would anybody do, right?
Yeah.
It's despicable. That's why we need to get rid of all these bad people.
Oh, so I get it. So by him throwing up the pen, that's like saying, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to discredit myself, right?
No, he threw the pen up to discredit himself. He said it was he said an alien did it when he threw it up. It was very obvious, but so yeah,
to make it look like he don't, like he's crazy or something.
Trying to make himself look like an idiot, so that no one would listen to him. Because that was the problem. People were listening to him because he was a normal guy like me and you, and he was talking really important stuff. He wrote 4 books. I recommend all of them.
Man, these people are crazy, man. They don't want nobody to tell the truth about it.
I know. None of this stuff. Here's one of his books. I got it right here, right next to me here. Answers by Stan Romanek.
Okay.
Answers. Stan Romanek's case has stirred controversy in the scientific community because of the highly advanced mathematical equations he has brought forth during sleep and under hypnosis, pointing to a wormhole technology and travel across time and space. Yeah, it's, my uncle is a doctor of mathematics, and I showed him some of these equations. He was very impressed, very impressed. And here's a guy with an 8th grade math level writing these complex equations.
Wow.
Here is one of his hybrid children. They filmed in the cracks of their deck. So she has very big eyes. Yeah, it's an incredible story. There's so much to this. It's just remarkable. Remarkable.
So the motion picture, the film Extraordinary tells about the story about his hybrid children too. His child hybrid.
They cover a lot. Yeah, the movie covers a lot. 3J Films, I think, is the company. But so here's one of the equations that he wrote. You can see it right there. Talking about a wormhole equation.
Wow.
And his eyes were totally closed when he was writing all this stuff. It's amazing that it's even that coherent,
Yeah.
So he's a very important person, and he was called Starseed. When he was in hypnosis, and he was photographed, and this incredible bright light was coming out of his eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's freaky.
Yeah.
Totally freaky. I'll try to find some more things in here to show you. Here it shows he was abducted, and he had an implant, was put right here in his chest, and over like a week or so it traveled down to here, so it moved under his skin.
Wow.
Until he had it removed, or it was removed. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Here's I don't know if you can see this. It's a picture of a UFO.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see that UFO up there.
That was, I think, taken by his wife. UFO hovering above my neighbor's house the day before I found an implant in my chest. And here's 3 burn marks on his skin that he gets. Oh, and I gotta show you something, friends. I found something on my arm today. Check this out. Check it out. Let's see if I can see it. There. It's a triangle. See? There's one here, here, and there. See that? Those are
Wow.
like little bruises on my arm. And I got one on my other arm too, but only one on this arm. And that's usually what happens. If it's on one side, there's something on the other side too. Okay, this one's way up here. See it? Look at that.
Wow.
I'm not doing anything that would give me bruises on my biceps. You know, I'm not doing anything that would do that. So I don't know where these are coming from. Do I think I'm being abducted? No, I don't think I am. But something's giving me bruises regularly on my arms in the same spots, in triangle formations usually. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I want to get a trail cam. I want to get a trail cam and film myself sleeping to see if maybe spiders are doing it. Really heavy spiders jumping on my arm, making bruises. Who knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool to find out if you know, someone, imagine you put a camera up and find out you're being abducted, you know?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
That would be scary. I wouldn't want to know. Maybe I wouldn't want to know. Maybe that's why I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, because imagine you put one up and you find out you wouldn't sleep the same no more. You might not even sleep, right?
Right. You know, sleeping has been very difficult for me lately since I injured my back. Now, I can move around pretty good during the day, but when I lay down in bed at night, I get a lot of pain in my back, which is the opposite of what usually it is. Usually you're up and your back hurts and you lay down and it feels better. But so I haven't really gotten much sleep. Too much pain. And I don't understand it. I don't understand why that's happening, but it's happening.
It's pain, right?
Oh, okay. Peggy Dancer says bluish moles in a triangle pattern and bruises that appear simultaneously can be a sign of anemia. Okay. Anemia. Low on iron? Well, I don't know. I don't eat much food, really. Yeah, it's not just been happening recently. It's been happening my whole life. I've been noticing this. It's only just recently I've been talking about it because, you know, it just, well, I didn't have a regular show in the past and it just didn't come up in my mind. And I just didn't really think that it was related to anything. I just thought, oh, I wonder how that happened, you know? I wonder how I did that. But lately they've been coming more often, and so I don't know. Anemia, iron, huh? I think I get iron. I eat some stuff with iron in it. I don't like to eat processed cereal with iron because they use real chunks of iron, and you can crack your teeth like I've done with that stuff.
Yeah, the cereal iron is different than perhaps, like, say you get iron in like spinach. They got some.
Spinach, yeah. I eat spinach. I do eat spinach, so you know, I maybe don't eat enough of it. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of anything really. Try not to eat very much. But if you're ever, now here's a tip for you folks. If you're ever in the desert and you're hungry but you don't have any food, you just simply eat the sandwiches there. Eat the sandwich.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember.
That's an old one. Yeah, I keep telling that one, but there's new people, so there you go. It's my excuse.
Eat all the sandwiches there.
Red fruits, barley, spinach. Cruciferous veggies. Cruciferous. I'll have to look that up now. Parsley, purslane, and all the foods have iron. Yeah. Well, I don't eat meat, so I won't eat liver. I've never eaten liver. I don't really like eating organs. I used to eat the gizzard from a turkey when I was a kid, but that was kind of chewy. I don't know.
Yep, eat the sandwiches there, but save some for the dessert.
Dark green veggies, that's what I got to eat more of. You know, I eat, usually at night I eat this kale and something else. Kale and noodles and stuff like that. But it's not a lot of kale, so I should eat more of that stuff. Yeah.
Kale, okra is good.
Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Okay. I love broccoli, and I haven't eaten broccoli in a while. I should probably get some broccoli. Yeah, I love broccoli. You know, my mom used to always call it trees. You can eat your trees because they look like little trees. Like when you go up in an airplane, it's like, wow, look at all that broccoli now. Wait, whoa, those are trees. That's not broccoli.
Dessert.
But yeah, broccoli.
Broccoli trees.
Yeah, they're like trees. That's what my mom called them. Are you gonna eat your trees? Yeah, I'm gonna eat my trees.
Okra tastes good too. It's all right.
Yeah. You know, when I taught daycare, when the kids wouldn't eat like the oatmeal, I'd make them oatmeal and they wouldn't be excited about it. They don't want to eat it. And I'd say, why aren't you eating? I don't like oatmeal. I'd say, that's not oatmeal. It's not? No. What is it? It's goat meal. Then they eat it. Oh, no. They chow it down because it's goat meal. And then the juice wasn't normal juice. It was moose juice. So they liked the moose juice. You make it fun and then they have fun, you know?
Yeah. Make it a little fun and they like that better.
Yeah. Any chance to make the world a fun place for little kids.
That's always a better place, better thing to do.
Yeah. We got to protect our kids, protect all kids, make sure they have normal, healthy childhoods without weird crap happening to them.
Yeah.
Because that's our future. Children are our future. What happens to them happens to our future. So
yeah.
We need
and this is the same, and that's exactly who they're trying to attack, the children.
Yep. Exactly. That is right.
They know if they control their minds, they got the future down pat, down lockdown. You know, they got it controlled.
Yes, you are right, 100%.
But we will figure a way.
Oh, here's I found another meme. Oh, we got to show this one, friends. I got another meme for you. They just won't stop. These meme lords, they keep pumping them out and they're all good. Look at this. Can I get some ivermectin? Best I can do is free crack pipes. And it's Sleepy Joe and Peppermint Patty there. There you go. Best I can do is free crack pipes. Wow. Unbelievable. You know, for people on the left, it's like, yeah, I think I might get into politics. All I got to do is cheat to get in and then do stupid stuff when I get in. Yeah, that's wow. You know, these people have no regard for how they're going to be looked at in history books. They're going to be frowned upon in history books, I think.
Shame.
Shameful, yes.
Shameful, totally.
Yep. That is right. That's totally right. Well, friends, we're coming up on, it's 1:45 already. And I think, oh, and I also want to thank all the people who recently subscribed. We got 10 new subscribers. So thank you very, very much.
Yes, making the family better, bigger.
Yeah. And so that's how we do it. When we find a show we like, we share it with our friends. And then pretty soon we got more friends in the chat.
Yep. Oh, by the way, let me just mention something really quick to the chat because there's some smart people. We all like family. There's some smart people there in the chat.
Sure.
If anyone in the chat, if y'all know what's a good antihistamine, like allergy medication for hives, because sometimes I catch myself breaking out in hives and I don't know why. It's like I'm not eating. I don't eat a lot, and I'm not. I've been eating the same thing for years. Mostly vegetables and greens and fruits and things like that, but nothing I'm allergic to. But I've been catching hives sometimes on my face, my lip. Does anyone know a great antihistamine or allergy? Anyone in the chat can put something down? Great antihistamine.
Let's look. I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
Looks like we're getting a call from our friend Maxwell Smart. Max?
Oh.
Yes, I'm online. We're just ready to wrap it up. What's on your mind?
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Oh, there's not too much. I was listening to the one of the presentations on alien scientists and got wrapped up in, and I lost track of time. I was going to call in earlier.
Okay, we got Caillou Harris is here talking.
Hey, Max.
Hey, how are you?
All right. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Had a cold last week. I'm mostly over that. Thank God.
Caillou Harris just asked a question that you might have an answer to. Maybe someone in the chat had already answered it. He has hives occasionally. So what's a good medication for hives? Yeah, rash.
Well, are you sure it's hives? I mean, is it on his back?
Well, I get them on my face, really, like around my mouth, my lips, sometimes the side of my face, like close to my jaw, but mostly around the lips, and it swell up. And I thought it was because something I'm eating, but I've been eating the same things, and I'm not allergic to anything I'm eating, so I don't know where this is coming from. I constantly wash my hands, but I'm just wondering because I do have allergy medications, but I have Zyrtec. I tried that. That doesn't help. And I tried.
Are you wearing a mask? Are you wearing a mask at any time?
No
Okay.
mask.
Okay.
Are these very itchy?
They don't really itch, but like for example, if they come around my facial area, like they'll swell up. Like if I have them on my lip, they'll make my lips swell up a little bit. Sometimes a lot, and it does itch, but not constantly. But it does. It just it's irritating. Like it hurts. It's it's like very disturbing. It bothers me. Sometimes it itches, but it swells up.
Mud Rabbit asks Caillou if he's been eating mangoes. Have you been eating mangoes?
No mangoes, but I eat strawberries, blueberries, grapes, bananas, and sometimes cherries, but not a lot.
Wow.
Sometimes oranges, or once in a while oranges, and sometimes kiwi. But I stopped. I haven't eaten kiwi in a minute, so
okay,
in a little while.
Just Josh says ivermectin. What do you think? Max?
Well, I don't have any instant answer for it. What is the name of that? Well, my brain's not working tonight. What is the name of that common thing that looks like hives that is on the back? It's definitely common with older people. The reason I bring that up, I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, caused by the chickenpox virus.
Oh, Retrovirus, not retrovirus.
No, I can't
Shingles,
think of that
shingles,
name.
shingles.
Oh, shingles, right?
Yeah.
Now, shingles, if it turned out it was shingles, then I have answers. Shingles are related to that particular virus, and it becomes active when your immune system is suppressed for some reason.
Okay. I got shingles on my roof. I got shingles on my roof. Does that count?
Yeah.
That's actually true. That's actually true of other things. Allergies actually often suppress your immune system to some degree.
Okay.
So, but if it's shingles, there are answers. One answer, of course, is zinc.
Zinc.
You might try zinc, something with zinc. Coleslaw is rich in zinc.
Coleslaw. Okay.
If you take selenium from the dollar store, which is selenium derived from yeast, it releases bound zinc in your body, so you don't actually have to take additional zinc in. If that improves it, then I need to talk with you more, because you commonly see this in I'm not saying you have cancer, but it's commonly seen cancer when somebody who's got an H. pylori infection, which is, in my book, one of the leading causes of cancer in our society, common bacteria. Anyway, people will get one or two of these different cancers related to H. pylori, and then suddenly they get shingles. Well, that's a very bad sign, because that means that you've got the lymphatic system involved, and so it usually indicates the beginnings of lymphatic cancer. But it's not the end of the world, because if you know that, you can shut down a lymphatic cancer very quickly. And of course, the other cancers, I have techniques that I can describe to get rid of other cancers. That's why I'd like to get on Red Pill or someplace like that. That's not on YouTube. That I can actually reveal that.
Yeah, we really can't talk about that stuff on here. But
right.
Now, they're saying in the chat that maybe it's the stuff on the fruits that you're eating. Maybe you got to rinse them really good. The fruit pad or something. Maybe it's the chemicals,
lots of possibilities.
The pesticides on the fruits and stuff. That could be it.
It could be.
You do get cold sores when you have like a high acid fruit, like lemon or oranges or.
No, but like you had just mentioned, zinc. I take zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D3 every morning. I take the 50,000 IUs. The highest. I've been taking it for a while. So I don't think that I'm low on zinc. But it could be because I know, like lately, like I don't really eat sweets a lot other than the fruit. But sometimes I'll, funny thing, sometimes a long time ago I used to eat peanut butter sometimes, or peanuts or cashews. But I noticed like I eat peanut butter once in the blue now. But I noticed that every time I eat peanut butter, after I eat it, not too long after, I start itching, like itching on my face, itching on my neck, and I get a little hives on my arms. But then I didn't put it together at first, and then after I ate it another time, and I said, let me see if this happens again, and then it happened again, and I'm like, wow, all my life I was never allergic to peanut butter. Now I may be allergic to peanut butter. Now it's funny because I haven't eaten peanut butter, but I did have peanut butter in my house because someone else was eating it, and they had it around, and I think I may have like touched a utensil that had peanut butter on it maybe today or yesterday or something, but I always wash my hands, but it could have been due to that,
Yeah, you could have a peanut allergy that's just starting to manifest now. You ought to know, of course, that there's some other common things in peanut butter that can cause a reaction that's not the peanuts themselves. There's a common poison called aflatoxin. You might
Okay.
look that up, aflatoxin. And another, this is going to be disgusting, but I just saw some of these statistics from a friend of mine. Peanut butter is unfortunately one of those products that, let's just say, it contains a certain given amount of rat feces.
Mm.
Believe it or not, they blend it down to meet a standard. But it's true. I learned this from a friend who was inspecting some Purina sites. And he was talking about they have a primate food, and the primate food, whenever the raw materials for the primate food don't meet standards for rat feces, those ingredients are sent over to another manufacturer for use in peanut butter.
Wow.
Wow, I'll never touch that again for sure now.
Yuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not immediately injurious to health, but you never know what might be present in there that you are sensitive to.
Hey, look, there's sesame seeds in the peanut butter.
Yeah. There's a lot of oil in there that's liquidy. I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
Drowned up beyond recognition, but
anything that's processed.
But yeah, it could be other, ingredients in there,
Yeah, unfortunately, if you knew what was in a lot of our foods, you wouldn't want to eat them. So
yeah, and I worked with a guy. I grew up in Minnesota, and in Minnesota, I've told this story before, so I'll tell it quickly. But there is a company called Schweigert's, and they make like hot dogs and sausages and things like this. Schweigert's. And they always had this slogan, Schweigert's makes it better. Schweigert's makes it better. I mean, you heard it so often in Minnesota as a youth. And then I worked later in life, I worked with this guy who used to work at Schweigert's. And he told me what happened one day. He said a truckload of meat came in and it went bad. Something went wrong with the refrigeration and it all went bad. And a whole truckload of rancid meat. And so my friend said, well, it looks like we're going to have to throw this away. And the boss said, wait, you're not going to throw that away. That's worth a lot of money. Well, what are we going to do with it? It's rancid. He goes, we take a truckload of fresh meat and we mix it until it's good. Schweigert makes it better. So there you go. Disgusting. You don't know what you're eating. You're pretty much any meat product you're eating. It's you might as well just be chewing on that raccoon on the side of the road that got hit because it's same thing.
It's like remember that movie from the 1970s called Soylent Green?
Oh yeah.
With Charlton Heston.
2022. It's set in 2022.
I'm surprised Biden hasn't introduced it yet.
He probably already did. I heard
in a few weeks.
Well,
wasn't that what they made the Impossible Burger from?
Yeah, probably. Well, he's giving away crack pipes. Did you hear about that?
I always see a different homeless person in front of Burger King.
The regime said that wasn't true today, but
oh, really?
I saw the briefing. They claimed that wasn't true, but they were somewhat evasive. They're asking, well, is any drug paraphernalia being used? And they said no crack pipes. But they didn't answer the question directly about any other paraphernalia. Just
syringes, yeah, because the syringes were part of the deal. So they probably said, there's too many memes about the crack pipes. Let's stop it. Let's backtrack. Let's change. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Schweigert's. Yeah, that looks like it's how it's spelled out.
It reminds me of that movie Motel Hell. Remember that one?
No. Are you Sopranos fan 11? Abby?
It's
Peggy Dancer.
Well, that was a disgusting movie where this people would they make sausages, right? And they there would be these wrecks on the road, and they'd go out and collect the people before the ambulance would get there, and the people weren't completely dead or anything.
Oh, geez.
And they would plant them up to their neck and cut out their vocal cords, and they put a little paper bag over their head.
I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. Stop.
Okay.
That's disgusting. I don't want stuff to get out of my.
It's a vile movie, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about. I really don't want to talk about vile movies.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's
Oh man.
movies
Oh yeah, that's
because of that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They had a slogan like Schweiger's.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Motel Hell was in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Anyway.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. There's some pretty weird people up here, I gotta say. Nice people too, though.
So if you see a hotel on the side of the road and they also make sausages, you might think twice about staying there.
Okay, Sopranos fan 11 is asking Mud Rabbit, is Aaron open to the idea of organic meat can be very healthy for people? Not for me. I cannot eat meat, or I will more than likely get stomach cancer, because for my blood type, I'm not supposed to eat meat. You know, it's just my blood type, and I'm fine without. I haven't eaten meat in almost 20 years, so
Well,
I don't crave it. I remember what meat tastes like. I also remember towards the end of when I was eating meat, I swore I could taste like hormones and all the crap they pump into that meat.
Mm.
Now, in that case, the grass-fed organic meat, whatever, that's for people who can eat meat. I can't eat it. If I eat meat, it has to be not very often, and it has to be super lean. And I just, the whole idea of meat just repulses me. I don't care if anyone else eats it, even in front of me, I don't care. But for me eating it, it repulses me. So I can't. I will never eat anything that had a face.
I have friends that can't handle cheese. I mean, any dairy product.
Yeah.
They can smell it from across the room, and like.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
To each their own.
Oh, and Abby says, and look how young and healthy Aaron looks. Thank you. Well, it's all the lighting. There you go. The magic of Hollywood.
Well, I can tell you all the false things that they've said about meat over time, but there's a lot of false things about its effect on your inflammation. But that's left for another time.
Okay.
Because it's a longer story.
Are you working on any new exciting new products or chemicals or anything like that that you can talk about?
There's all kinds of ideas, of course, always in various stages of, invention, so to speak. I was very intrigued listening to these people with the alien scientist. I actually dawned on me. There's some aspects of. There's a guy talking about Alciphon's work, and I realized some of what he's talking about. It was very similar to my time machine.
Yeah.
And so I was very intrigued by that. I got to go back and listen to it again because some of the same theory is involved. So that intrigued me. I've been thinking a lot about possibly revealing some of that in the future, maybe the video,
Okay.
the proof of the device in operation, actually. But I'm still considering that.
Well,
but there's lots of experiments too that
I think that you should reveal your time travel device, because I've revealed mine with the time crystals.
There's a huge amount of ethical considerations here, because I mean, there are things that have been done to kind of protect me from remote viewers.
Oh, okay.
Because imagine what I claim is, I wrote the plan, and it's because I had this device. Well, imagine if, somehow they could change that reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I want to happen, So I've done lots of things to prevent that from happening. So that we're on a positive timeline, it's going to stay that way, I don't want it to go from something that I know where the result's going to be to something where there's an unknown result. So that's actually one of the purposes of the free will lovely is our consciousness tool, is to help prevent that from ever happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm considering some of what Carl said, whatever he said, people need to know, but it's very, very simple in the essence of, and what we're talking is actually is the time machine is a time machine for consciousness. I don't have any evidence that I actually physically moved anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have things that pop up that people observe suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Lots of those examples. And things like that.
Abby says hi, by the way.
Hi, Abby. Sorry when I forget to say these things. I really appreciate you have great people on your
We have the best
channel.
We have the best people here.
And I want to express my gratitude to all of them for listening to what I have to say. I know some of what I have to say it sounds so crazy that you might think I'm a lunatic, but I'm not.
Hey, it's a nice, handsome guy peeking in there.
Yeah, that's another picture from the Stan Ram. I was just holding a picture up. It's from the Stan Romanek book Answers. It's a picture of an alien that was peeking in through his patio window, and he got some video footage of it. So yeah, very, very.
So those things that they wear, like when the aliens look like that, that's not their body, right? That's like a suit that they wear, some kind of
I
body piece.
I don't know. He got just a very, very brief amount of time on the video of that.
Oh, it's a video that it moves.
Yeah.
They show it in the film, Extraordinary?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that way I can find out maybe if that's a costume or something that they get into, because remember from the book Alien Interview, they said that they wear some kind of thing over their body, right? Like a clothing, that looks like that. They don't have physical bodies, but they use
like
those.
A doll body, like you're saying.
Yes, a puppet body, right? Whatever they call it,
right.
doll body,
right?
Yeah, puppet body. I thought. I'm sorry,
right.
But that's what I heard, that they use something like that.
Some of them do, apparently, according to that text. Yeah.
Is there any invention somebody would like me to work on?
You said you have a time machine. Do you have something that age regressor, make you look younger?
Age regressor.
Age regressor. Yeah. Well, I know a lot about.
I want to look 22 again.
Age regression.
I want to look
22 again. You want to look 22 again? Just dim the lights. There you go.
Dim the lights.
Dim the lights.
Okay.
You're 22 again. There you are.
I want to stay 22, so I got to stay in the room with the lights dim. And I just tell somebody, hey, go get some nice looking women and bring them up here. I'm 22 again.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them where they're going.
A pitch black room and just say, hi, I'm a good looking 22-year-old.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're gonna be like, oh, that's the best way.
I was listening. They had John Hutchison on the alien alien scientist, and it was pretty interesting. Him talking about some of his work, and he said he had cataracts that he'd gotten from working with the high energy of his Hutchison experiment.
Oh, okay.
And he claimed he took this chemical that you can buy called TA65. And I haven't looked into it yet. I was curious about it. And then another guy I was talking to chimed in and says, oh, there's another product out there. And he said the name of the labs, LCR Laboratory, or LCR Health. That's the website. And he said what it was is telomerase. I don't know if you know what a telomere is. A telomere is a piece of genetic material that when cells reproduce and replicate, it decreases by 1 unit. And when it gets short enough, then the cell no longer can replicate. Well, telomerase can prevent that process from occurring. And in that case, the cell becomes immortal. And it's thought that cancer, and I've actually found a paper that actually suggests this is true, that a cancer actually has a faulty telomerase, which essentially makes it go back to the same blueprint every time. So it's immortal. And of course, that leads to some ideas of how one can make cancer mortal and stop it dead in its tracks. But telomerase is one active research related to age regression. There's something, a process in the body called NF-kB, nuclear factor kappa B. And if you research that, it's a set of over 2,000 processes in the body that are associated with our adaptive immune system. So it's a very advanced, more recent addition to our genome, okay? And one of those processes in there is called SIRT1, SIRT1. And that particular process is associated with aging. You know, you've heard about the wine research where red wine and extends the age of rats, laboratory animals. Well, that's associated with SIRT1 research. So if you want to look that up, it's capital S, capital I, capital R, capital T, and then the number 1. That's the name of the process.
Okay.
But there's a lot of ongoing research about that. Is, why do we age? In essence, we age because our machinery of our body stops repairing itself. And the biggest contributor to that, believe it or not, is good old-fashioned bacteria. Taking away nutrients needed for the body to repair itself. So this is one of the reasons why you see people that live longer. A lot of them have. It doesn't mean they've not been exposed to things, because we know that people who have that protect themselves completely from their environment tend to die earlier.
Okay.
So it's not simply taking yourself away from exposure to anything, but it's increasing your body's ability to respond to those things in a constructive manner. It is related a lot to diet. It's something we could talk about another time. Some things maybe some of you know about, have heard of Niagen.
Mm-mm.
There's a chemical called NAD, capital N, capital A, capital D plus, and it's actually found in a lot of things. It's found in dairy, but it's found in brewer's yeast. In fact, the main process for making this actually comes from yeast that's left over from making beer. But the yeast actually contains a huge amount of this, and you can extract it from the yeast, and it has miraculous effects on your body, especially healing old wounds. Like if you have a wound where you have pain, nerve pain,
Mm-hmm.
and say you broke some bones in your top of your foot or something, and it's bothered you for years, and every time it gets cold, it throbs. Or well, after a while, the pain goes away, and you say, okay, it healed up. In reality, those times it didn't heal up; it stopped responding. When you take this Niagen, it'll start hurting again because the body is actually healing that damage,
Mm-hmm.
going back and healing it so that it's actually better after the end of it.
Okay.
You can buy this stuff; it's a little expensive, but there's a variety of products like that
All right.
out there. They're literally they definitely extend your longevity.
Well,
They primarily do this by allowing your body to repair its tissues more readily.
okay.
It increases the number and health of the mitochondria that produce the energy in your body. So that's something you can research if you want to. We're going to get more and more things that even more profound than that as soon as we have defeated this enemy that we're all working to defeat.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so right now, of course, you might as well call our health system a fraud.
Of course. That's very evident.
For the most part, it is. It's all
Yeah.
treating symptoms and extending misery, and all unnecessary.
Yep. Pills.
There are. I'm not going to say there aren't some good pharmaceuticals. There are, but there's a lot that are very bad.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Most of the common ones are very bad, especially all the ones for the heart. Most of them are very bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good video out there. There used to be on YouTube of a woman, a heart surgeon, she was explaining how most of her colleagues were taking a person who had a simple magnesium deficiency, which 80% of the U.S. public have a magnesium deficiency, and they were creating heart disease from it. Because what happened? Person came in with some swelling in their legs or ankles and whatever, and what did the doctor do? Put them on a diuretic, a water pill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all that does make you urinate more. When you urinate more, guess what do you think happens to your magnesium levels?
I don't know.
It drops.
Okay.
It drops. You excrete more magnesium, and now you got a worse problem.
Okay.
And that's what she explained. This whole set in great detail of things that happen next,
Mm-hmm.
and then what the doctor just prescribes to you, and then how it
Mm-hmm.
continues
Yeah.
to weaken you until you have full-blown heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but
if you start to have heart issues, make sure to get magnesium citrate in your diet. You can get magnesium through green leafy vegetables and a number of other things. You can research that. But,
yeah. Okay.
but
All right. Well, it's this is our second show tonight because we had some technical difficulties before, and I think it's time to wrap this baby up because it's after midnight, and we just got to get this thing wrapped up. So thank you, Caillou Harris, for calling in. You got any last words you want to leave our friends in our chat? with?
Yeah. I just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in, and I appreciate everyone's help when I asked that question about what allergy medication or antihistamine I might be able to take. I appreciate everyone as usual helping me. I'll find an antihistamine to help this, but I appreciate everyone. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thanks for listening, and thanks, Max, for calling in and for your advice also. And thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
Until next time, Aaron.
All right.
Peace in, right?
Yes, safe travels. Peace in.
I'll call again next week one day, all right?
All right. Great.
All right, Aaron. All right, Max. All right, Aaron.
Take care.
See you later. All right.
Okay. And now, Max, last word for you. And thanks for calling in.
Well, I'd just like to thank again, mirror the same thoughts that Mr. Harris said. What was his first name?
Caillou. K-A,
Okay.
K-A, and then letter U. Like two words.
Okay. I like to, mimic some of what he said. You have a wonderful group of people that watch your show, and I wish them all the very best. And love you all. You're very important to the success of all things positive going on, and I'm absolutely sincere about that. There's a reason I'm on Aaron's channel and nobody else's. So you're very much appreciated. You are very, very important to the good things that are about to happen. So, and I wish you all good night.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Max. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember to keep your cameras and your phones trained to the sky so you can take that picture of that UFO and send it in, and you can talk about it, be a guest on the Truth Quest, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Until next time, Friday, peace in.